All right. We got, it's on page 15, and you got 565,900 seconds. We're trying to figure out how many days that is, okay? So the first thing that you are going to write down is 565,900 seconds. All right. Go ahead and draw your fence post. Okay, now, you think we can go straight from seconds to days? Probably not. I don't know how many seconds are in a day. What do you think the next thing we should convert into should be? Yeah, I would do minutes. So this is going to be your equality, and you got to have your equality of seconds to minutes. So what's going to go on bottom right here? What do you have right here? Seconds. So you got to have seconds right here. So 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. Does everybody understand that with me through that point? All right, go ahead, make your next box. And what do you think we should go from next? Minutes to, I would probably do hours. All right, minutes to hours. So what's going to go on the bottom right here? Minutes. All right, so 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. And then from there, you should be able to go from hours to days. Okay? So what's going to go down here? This bottom. Hours. And there's 24 hours in 1 day. Okay? And again, a quick and easy self-check to make sure that you set it up right is if all of these cancel out, all the units. So hours and hours, minutes and minutes, seconds and seconds. Those all cancel out. So that's good and leaves you with days, which is what you want. Now, go ahead and we'll work this out on the calculator. So this is your math, okay? So you should take 565,900. Multiply it by 1, multiply it by 1, multiply it by 1. So that's not going to change the value at all. And then go ahead and divide that by 60 right here. Hit enter. Divide that by 60 again. Hit enter. And then divide that by 24. Hit enter. And that is your answer, which gives you a huge decimal. All right, so 6.549768519. Now, we're not going to keep all those digits, and your units are days. How many sig figs do you think we should keep?
2.
How many do you have in your original number? Are these zeros significant?
4.
They are not. So you should just keep 4 sig figs because it's just the 4 leading numbers right there, the 5, 6, 5, 9, that are significant. So if you look right here, here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are all significant. So those are going to be the ones you keep. So it's going to end up being 6.54, or sorry, it's actually going to be 550, because that 9 is going to round the 4 up to a 5, and then the 0 is going to take the place of the 9. So that's going to be your number of days. right there. 6.550 days. All right, anybody have any questions over that one? All right, go ahead and skip down to letter D. The last one on that page. You have 165 pounds. You're trying to convert that into kilograms. Now, I don't know the exact conversion from pounds to kilograms, but if you look up here at the top, you have a list of all of these equalities. And right here, okay, this one actually got run onto the second line, but if you look right here, at the top, you have 1 pound equals 0.45 kilograms, okay? So that's your equality. All right, so this really should be a one-step problem. So you have 165 pounds, and if you use that equality, 1 pound equals 0.45 kilograms. What's going to be on the bottom? Pounds or kilograms? Should be pounds, because you have pounds right here, and then you want pounds to be diagonal from it so they cancel out. So that's going to be 1 pound is equal to 0.45 kilograms. All right, and then just go ahead and do your math, because that's all of your setup. So you have 165 times 0.45 divided by 1. And that's going to give you 74.25 kilograms. And then technically speaking, I should keep how many sig figs? Should keep 3, because my original number had 3. So 74.3, that's going to round up to a 3 because the next digit's a 5 kilograms. All right. Ibby, how you doing? A little better? Okay. All right. Go ahead and flip it to the next page. Now, these 3 are pretty similar to some of the other ones that we've taken a look at today. They're really just converting different length measurements. So we're going to jump down here and take a look at 1 or 2 of these compound conversions, okay, where you got two different units that you're converting. So let's take a look at I, where you got 130 meters per second, and we're trying to convert that into miles per hour. So if you have 130 meters per 1 second, that's 130 meters over 1 second. All right, now we're going to convert one of these units at a time. So we'll convert 130 meters into miles first off. Now, if you look back at the page before this, it has all these qualities on here. It does not have meters into miles, but it does have miles into kilometers. It also has meters into feet. So you could do either one. You could convert meters into miles, and then, you could convert meters into kilometers and then kilometers into miles, or you could do meters into feet and then feet into miles. Really, either one of those would get you to the same place, so it's really just whatever you prefer. I will go ahead and do meters into kilometers and then kilometers into miles. So you have this equality right here. It's kind of broken up into two lines. But that's 1 kilometer equals 0.62 miles. And so if we look, now first thing, we need to convert meters into kilometers. Anybody remember how many meters are in a kilometer? Here, look back at your conversion ladder right here. Meter would be the base unit. Kilometer would be 3 places away. So that means there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. However many spaces you move, you add a 0 each time. So there's 10, 100, 1,000. So there's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. All right, what's going to go on the bottom? It's going to be meters or kilometers? That should be meters because you want diagonal units to be the same. So this is going to be 1,000 meters for every 1 kilometer. Meters will cancel, leave you with kilometers. Now, we got one more conversion for the top to get from kilometers into miles. So if you remember the conversion from the front page, you had 0.62 miles equals 1 kilometer. So what's going to go on the bottom? Miles or kilometers? Kilometers. All right. So 1 kilometer is equal to 0.62 miles. Kilometers will cancel out and leave you with miles per second. All right. Now, the last thing we need to do is convert seconds into hours. Okay? So, I probably wouldn't go straight from seconds to hours. I would go from seconds to minutes and then minutes to hours. So you're going to do that over here. Now, if seconds is on the bottom right here, where do you want seconds over here? Do you want it on the bottom or the top? You want it on the top because you want those units to cancel out. So you have 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute right here. So seconds will cancel with the seconds over here. And then we have one more conversion. We have to go from minutes to hours. Okay? Now, is minutes going to be on top or bottom right here? Top, because you want the minutes to cancel out. So you have 60 minutes in 1 hour, and that is where we should be able to stop because you're in miles per hour. Whatever the units are that are left uncanceled, that's what you have left. So you have miles over hours, which is what you want. All right, now we can go ahead and do our math. So when we plug this in, we have 130 times 1 times 0.62 times 60 times 60. And then we divide that by 1, divide that by 1,000, and then divide it by 1, divide it by 1, divide it by 1. Okay? So you end up with 290.16 miles per hour. Okay? And how many digits should we keep there? Yeah, should be 2, because your first number right here has 2 significant figures. So this one you should also round to 2. So we'll keep the 2 and the 9, and then that 0 can stay. So it'd just be 290. Do not put a decimal point because that'll make the 0 significant. 290 miles per hour is your final answer there. Anybody super confused? All right, just be honest with me. On a scale of 1 to 5, where do you feel like you're at? 5 being I completely understand, 1 being I still have no idea what I'm doing. Everybody, show me. Be honest. All right. Okay. All right. So go ahead and look at letter N. Excuse me. Letter N. And then I'm going to have you guys work some on your own. So with letter N, you have 12,080 gallons per month. And we're trying to figure out how many liters per hour that is. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's gallons of gas, gallons of milk. I'm not sure. But that's the conversion. So we're going to start out with 12,080 gallons. Now, I don't know the conversion from gallons into liters, but I bet there's a conversion on the front that we could take a look at. There's a conversion of liters into quarts, and I do know how many quarts are in a gallon. There's 4 quarts in a gallon, so looks like we're probably going to have to use that. Okay, so we will go from gallons to quarts. So what's going to go on the bottom here? Quarts or gallons? Gallons. So 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. All right. And then back on the front page, my conversion of quarts to liters. Right here, you got 0.946 liters equals 1 quart. All right, what's going to go on bottom here? Quarts or liters? Quarts. So 1 quart is equal to 0.946 liters. All right? And that gets us where we need to be on top, from gallons to liters. Now, we also have to go from months to hours. Now, this is kind of tricky here because not all months have the same number of days in them. So let's just assume that the month has 30 days in it. Okay? So what you want to do here, whoops, I forgot to put my bottom unit over 1 month. So what you want to do here is go ahead and go from months to days and then days to hours. So where is month going to go over here? On the top, because it's on the bottom right here. So you want it on top over here to cancel out. So 1 month is equal to 30 days. That's what we're going to assume. And that's the case. We only have one more conversion that we have to do. Now, where is days going to go right here? Top or bottom? Top. So 1 day is 24 hours. Now, go ahead and cancel everything that you can. So days will cancel with days. Months will cancel with months. Quarts will cancel with quarts. Gallons with gallons. And you're left with units of liters per hour, which is what you want. And we will go ahead and work this out. So we have 12,080 times 4 times 0.946, and then times 1 times 1. And then on the bottom, divided by 1, divided by 1, divided by 1, divided by 30. And then divide that by 24, and you get your answer. So you get 63.4871111. And that is liters per hour. Now, how many digits can I keep here? 4. Because if you look at your first number, 12,080, that last zero is not significant. So it's just the first 4. So I'm going to keep 63.49 liters per hour That's going to be my final answer. All right.